As we take a live look now at our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., where congressional leaders on Capitol Hill are voting on funding a bill in a bid to avert a federal government shutdown. Right now, Georgia farmers are hopeful lawmakers are able to pass that spending bill soon.
Proposed bills have included billions in relief for farmers in Georgia and surrounding states that are still recovering from Hurricane Helene. Joe Hinkie joining us live from the newsroom. So, Joe, you actually spoke with a pecan farmer today who says these relief funds are needed because he, like so many others, are still recovering from Hurricane Helene. Does he know just about how long it'll take him to recover?
Well, Faith, he does not know exactly. The pecan farmer says he lost thousands of trees that he will now spend years regrowing on his farm in Ray City. That's in Berrien County, a bit north of the Florida-Georgia line. And with the state estimating Hurricane Helene left behind more than $6 billion in damage to agriculture and forestry industries, his story is repeated across the state.
So it's been 12 weeks. Last night was 12 weeks. So we have been in steady cleanup ever since then.
Buck Polk of Shiloh Pecan Farms in South Georgia talked with us on FaceTime today. He owns 4,100 acres of pecan trees, and when Hurricane Helene barreled through in late September, it tore down thousands of them.
The way it's going right now, probably lost 70% of the expected crop.
In the days after Helene, Polk stood next to President Joe Biden and discussed how farmers across South Georgia would need assistance from the federal government.
We don't look to get handouts or things like that, but we do need the help.
A bit of that help could come at any time from federal lawmakers who are considering spending bills that include more than $100 billion in disaster relief funds, a portion of that for farmers in several states.
They're going to get something there. And I whether it's Democrats or Republicans, I think the one thing that I do read that they agree on is that there needs to be help here for Georgia farmers.
Polk is confident a bill with aid will be passed, and Georgia's Agriculture Commissioner Tyler Harper has been calling on Congress to act soon.
Regardless of how they get it done, my message is simple. We need to get an ag disaster package, economic disaster package across the finish line before the end of the year.
If more time passes, he says farm families will have to make tough choices.
That might not be able to continue to do what they do every day in providing that food, fiber, and shelter we rely on, which means we can see increased prices at the grocery store. That means at the end of the day, the consumer is who ends up paying.
And Polk says he plans to stay optimistic during an uncertain time.
We don't expect and can never ask to be fully restored because that's just not possible. But that assistance is vital, I will say, and it's a big help.
And we've been monitoring the potential shutdown developments all day from Washington, D.C. Moments ago in the U.S. House, Republicans finally secured enough votes to pass a spending bill. This was their third vote on the spending bill. They finally pushed one through. It now goes to the Senate, where it does need to be voted there. If approved, it could then go to President Joe Biden's desk for his signature. So it appears tonight a shutdown could be avoided, but there still is some work to be done. Joe?
Yeah, Joe Hinkie, thanks so much on the latest on that federal government shutdown.